From the Opepco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is a special bowl edition of OSU Football with Brandon Chapman and John Helsley. I'm Jenny Carlson. Fellas, let's talk about the Cotton Bowl, the matchup between Oklahoma State and Ole Miss. When Oklahoma State has the ball, their offense, obviously, last time out, not great. But Brandon, is there reason to believe that might have just been a game and we'll see a much improved Oklahoma State offense in the Cotton Bowl?
I'd say so. I'd say there's reason to believe that just simply because OU had Gerald McCoy. Ole Miss doesn't have a Gerald McCoy, so OSU might be able to go inside a little bit, run the ball up the middle a little bit more. And Kendall Hunter's getting a little closer to 100%, and that's just another explosive option for him.
John, I think a lot of people are interested in another guy that they would like to see at 100%, Zach Robinson. Reason to believe he'll be completely healthy for this game?
Completely is a big word
okay.
When we go with Zach Robinson. I think he's going to be as healthy as he's been in a while. Definitely much better off than he was against the Sooners. You know, another thing that we forget about is a guy, Brady Bond, that plays right tackle. He's been missing for a month. He'll be back. I think that's going to help kind of solidify the offensive line and actually give him a little bit of depth as well.
What about this Ole Miss defense? I think most people think SEC, great defenses. Brandon, how good a defense is this?
It's a pretty good defense, especially their pass defense. I wouldn't expect Zach Robinson to go out there and throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, anything like that, because Ole Miss has a pretty strong pass defense, but their run defense isn't as good as some of the teams OSU has faced this year, so they might be able to run a little bit on them. But what you know about Ole Miss is they're going to attack defensively, they're going to bring the pressure, they're going to blitz, they're going to try to force you into some mistakes.
John, the fact that Oklahoma State opened the season with Georgia, another SEC team, does that maybe help in some regards when it comes to these matchups, that they've seen the really big guys, they've seen that SEC speed that we always hear about? Could that potentially help at least sort of take off some of the shock factor, if you will?
I think mentally it will, because like you said, Georgia showed up for that opener, and even I, just walking by them, I thought, God, these guys are huge. You know, they look great, they look the part. I think we're going to see a little bit of that with Ole Miss. So, yeah, I do. I think same league, similar type of athletes. I think that should be a bonus for Oklahoma State.
All right, thanks, guys. Stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.